Welcome to day 23 of Shop Talk, the 30-day reset for auto repair shop owners. Today, we're discussing the pros and cons of opening the second shop and why it often doesn't solve the problem that you think it will. I'm Rachel Evans, founder and CEO at The Workshop Whisperer, where we help auto repair shop owners just like you to achieve business success. Since I started the Workshop Whisperer in 2014, I've often had clients who have the idea that they would like to own a second shop. So some business owners that are in auto repair are small business owners. They'll only ever own one auto repair shop, have a few team members, and they're happy with that. But there's a category of small business owner who would like to see a bit more of an enterprise. They might also be a little bit entrepreneurial, and they would like to see their vision expand into multiple sites. Now, on the surface, the reason for wanting to do that is because they want to earn more profit at the end of the day. And in their mind, having multiple sites will make multiple profit. They'll be able to draw wages from multiple shops. In theory, this sounds like a good idea. However, it's why we're not just theorists around here at the Workshop Whisperer. We know from personal experience and what we're sharing with our clients and helping them achieve that it doesn't always work that way. In fact, it rarely works that way. Now, this was something that I investigated myself back when I owned a workshop, and we almost went through with the sale of purchasing a second site as a going concern. And right at the last moment, thankfully, and obviously it was a higher power saving us from what probably would have been a disaster, but we discovered that after exchanging contracts, the seller had started to reduce their working hours, and therefore we weren't being sold the business that we had agreed to. So we were able to back out of the sale. But at that time, I had that same mindset. Well, two sites must equal two lots of profit, draw two lots of wages. And I'm very thankful for the experience because I got to look beyond just what happens when you open a second site and it starts turning over money and a little bit might come to you. So here's the bit that we're able to help our clients with that you might have missed as well if one of your things is, oh, yep, I'd like to have a second or a third or a fourth site. So yes, two sites, two lots of revenue, potentially two lots of profit for you. However, the second site will never have as much of you as your first site because you can't be in both places at once. So that's number one. One of the sites is going to lose your 100% attention. Okay, so if you actually go over to site 2 to get it up and running off the ground, then you're going to need to have some type of replacement for you at site 1. So there's going to need to be some management in there, and they're not you. Now, it's our job to hire people that can run the shop without us, but that's just with you sitting in the background there somewhere, still giving operationally it your attention. When we've got two sites, our attention is divided. That's number one. Number two, and potentially the biggest issue, is that if your systems in shop 1 aren't firing at 110% across the board and you aren't producing repeatable income results that produce a repeatable profit result at our benchmarks, you won't have the result you think you will in shop 2 because you set up everything for shop one and you're going to go and set up everything for shop two as well. Now, you might have more experience going into the setting up of shop two than you did of shop one. But if you've got fundamental issues with your margins, with upselling, with customer service, and with cash flow, then you're just going to repeat that over at shop two. And that's the biggest thing that we find auto repair shop owners don't think about when considering a second or subsequent site. Now, if you were purchasing a group or franchise subsequent site, which is quite common, then you also, even though you're kind of buying a business in a box and, you know, they're telling you what branding to do and what your website has to look like, and hopefully you're getting a complete operations manual. But I know in Australia, most franchise stores don't offer that in the way that it could be offered. If your first one still isn't operating optimally, producing the result you want, number two is not going to do it either. No, and neither is number three. I can think of one owner of multiple franchise stores that I know in Australia who is kind of 80% of the way there, which is an awesome result for a multi-site owner. But if you're just back in actual independent land and you don't have everything set up optimally in shop one, then there's no way I would be advising you to consider shop two. And I've had to advise many an auto repair shop owner that over the last 12 years. You've got to get shop one absolutely humming to the result that ticks off all of the benchmarks before you even consider duplicating that result somewhere else. You will only transfer your team issues, your cash flow issues, your retention issues, and your customer service issues to your second store, and your own personal downtime if it's already in tight supply is just going to evaporate, because you've now got twice the amount of shops providing you with twice the amount of worries, taking up your headspace and preventing you from relaxing. So it sounds great on the surface, owning two shops or more, but really, really dig into what's happening in your first shop, shop number one. Do you have the right systems set up? Are your customers returning? Are you producing good cash flow? And are you hitting great profit? And are you already drawing a good salary and getting profit distributions from shop number one? Because if you think it's shop number two that's going to provide you with your salary, that thinking is flawed. So let's not do it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like this video so it can go far and wide. And I'll be back with you tomorrow on day 24 of Shop Talk.